Next up, we have 4 more readers. In the countdown next is Matt Mauch. Can we give him a round of applause, please?
Thanks for coming out, everybody. I have a book coming out in a couple months. I'll be doing some readings in April, but there's a prologue to the book, and the prologue, I'm just going to read a little bit of it for you before I read the poems. In the 1950s, so-called normal people were solicited to take part in LSD experiments at the VA hospital in Los Angeles. Researchers wanted to know how lysergic acid, that's LSD, once consumed affected these people. One subject, deemed a normal housewife, drank while being filmed a small amount of LSD in a glass of water. You should go home and Google this and watch this video when you get home. It's pretty interesting because she takes this LSD in this glass of water and then she tries to communicate. This guy interviews her and she tries to communicate to him what's going on. And she says 3 things in particular that struck me. One is, I wish I could talk in Technicolor. The other is, if you can't see it, you'll just never know. And then she kept trying and trying to translate what she saw for this interviewer, and she realized she wasn't going to be able to translate it for him, and she said, I feel sorry for you. Those 3 statements are the 3 sections of my book, plus a section called Normal, because she was considered a normal housewife. So I'm going to read a poem first from the section called I Wish I Could Talk in Technicolor. Let's be sedentary in honor of our friends, the half-buried plants. If not completely so, if we're little green chlorophyll factories, but are unrooted like moss, may we never be placed in a moving van by movers in a move across the land. May we never make sense of moving all the way across town. May nothing we find important be lost. May the only things placed in the back seats of our cars be friends who won't fit in the front. Let's think of the laws of time not as laws, but as conventions. We'll wear name tags and silly hats. If we have a good enough time, we'll hit rewind. May the ideas we hatch and forget, like dinosaur eggs, resist long droughts. God of stuff that lasts, imbue them with the perseverance of alley weeds. May the headaches that glom like mold onto our dormant's best intentions wait until at least after lunch. May we sleep, and after sleep wake in a snow globe where a tiny mass-produced sign pointing to the right announces end of the universe 1 mile. Because this manifesto is in part for the stomach and tongue, may there always be peanut butter. May the 600-pound and muscular pursuit of happiness continue to hoe and barrel cross-eyed through our china shops, drunk on mead. Come watch the bees with me through this hole, making mad love to the clover we will henceforth take our shoes off to walk through. On behalf of the Queen, they call what they're doing work. So the poems in here are sort of this sort of transcendent sort of love poem to the universe thing, which is what this woman went through on her LSD experience and what I hear that other people have gone through when they've done the same things. And hallucinogenics are interesting. I've done a lot of reading. This is from the section called Normal. Smoke, I'm sure, is what the moon is made of, rising and gathering there like we do in the body. This makes watching the moon pornographic. It's kind of like yours, Dan, short and sweet. I teach, and I make a lot of references to what I thought was popular culture to my students, but you find out that things that were popular culture when you were younger, they have no idea about. I asked them the other day, I said something about You Can't Handle the Truth, and asked them if they'd heard of A Few Good Men, and not a single student had seen this movie. So, you all know the idea about kissing the frog that becomes a prince, right? I don't have to remind any of you. And I always say that my poems are fictional, that they aren't based on truth, that there's a speaker and it's all imagined just like a novel would be. And for the most part that's true, but in this next poem I have a prop to show you that it's not always true. This is a porcelain frog. I'm not sure if you can all see the porcelain frog. I'll let you see it later. I'm not going to pass it around because it's glass and it may break, but we'll set it there as I read this last poem to you called, and this is in the I Feel Sorry For You section of the book. Oh, green and white porcelain, oh, representation of frog. My Rubio moment. Two black slits for a nose, black slits for claws, forelegs splayed, holding together a fissure. At the bottom of the flower pot I found you in a window box, in a house I'm sprucing up. Some maker decided your ears ought to be a shade of yellow with more white mixed in than the mustard color used for your eyes. I'm moving you to the grass. Good thing you weren't left in a well I couldn't reach to the bottom of. I'm hungry for seafood, for frog legs. The someone who left you behind is from a long chain of someones, only one of whom once glued your leg back on. The repair seam circumnavigating your shoulder wasn't part of the plan of the maker who forgot to or coolly didn't give you a mouth. If I carry you everywhere I go, it will be like learning rudimentarily how to parent. If you were a TV that didn't work and I left you on the curb, somebody would have eviscerated you by now for all the copper and whatnot within. Latent inside you, is that the urge to burrow? Don't let me stop you from turning into a toad. It would be cruel to leave you outside for even one more beautiful night. Something along the lines of flirting practice is a person imagining himself kissing a cracked glass thing in case it shapeshifts. Something along the lines of embarrassment practice has that person asking, what would I do with a prince? If I happen upon paint and a brush, I'll have to decide if life is better with or without a mouth. Let me get out of this shirt. We'll dance and sing our praises to Elmer's crazy all manner of glue. What I'm saying is, I want to call you stalled in the middle of the road. You call me pushing the truck with all 8 arms. Of how we'll cope with our roles in the scheme of things. You have your baked on crust of glaze, and I'm going to put my shirt back on. I'm not going to kiss you. Neither am I going to throw you against a wall. I won't strap razors to your legs, toss you into a ring, or drop you into the trash that the garbage truck picks up tomorrow. Maybe tonight I'll clear some space, set you on my pillow. Maybe I'll call it a lily pad. Thanks for listening.